Hey everyone, Wild Ryle, and today we're going to be taking a look at Magic the Gathering Duel of the Planeswalkers. I'll get to what I'm doing in a second. Just letting you know we're going to be getting the Magic the Puzzling achievement and the Puzzling Master achievement. Those are to solve one puzzle and all of the puzzles respectively. So what we do to win this, get this first achievement is to cast Angelic Blessing twice on our flyer. He has double strike, so he's going to become a 7/7 and do 14 damage because he attacks twice. And that's going to unlock Magic the Puzzling for us, giving us 10 gamer score. Alright, so the second challenge, we're a red deck versus a white deck. We're not going to do the sexy move and take the 4/4 flyer. We're going to take the lowly 1/1, the Soul Warden, because it gives you 1 life whenever a creature comes into play. So we need that extra damage to kill our enemy off, so casting this creature would have given them another life, putting it out of our range. So we toss down our Raging Goblin, now we swing in with everybody, and we're going to get that 1 point of damage through, winning us another challenge. Here we are in the third challenge. First thing we need to do, we need to get down Roughshod Mentor. Instead of casting it, because we clearly don't have enough mana to do that, is we use the special ability of the Elvish Piper to get down the Roughshod Mentor and give all of our creatures trample. So even with the Roughshod Mentor down and all of our creatures having trample, we don't have enough damage to kill off our opponent yet. We've got a couple options, including Might of the Oaks, we've got a couple Giant Growths, and we have Blanchwood Armor, which boosts up our creatures. The most efficient way of boosting up our creature is going to be tossing all 3 Giant Growths on there, because for 3 mana we get +9/+9. So we're going to toss it onto our Grizzly Bears, who has the least amount of damage blocking them. So it's going to be one of these guys blocked by a 2/2. And we're going to be able to get all 8 of our damage through and win this bout. So now we're playing a black deck against a red deck. This one's pretty easy. We're going to toss down Megrum. So whenever our opponent discards a card, they're going to get 4 damage dealt to them because we already have a Megrum down. Then we're going to throw down our Ravenous Rats. So they discard a card, dealing 4 damage to them. Then we're going to swing in with everybody. That's going to not only get damage through, but also cause discards from our opponent, which will do more and more damage, and that'll win us the game. So you're probably asking yourself, how are we doing a video about a card game based on randomness? Well, the reason it works is because the challenges have you beat your opponent in 1 turn or less in a predetermined situation. And so every time you start up a challenge, you have the same cards that you had before, your opponent had the same cards they had before, so you use the same strategy every time to win. Alright, so we're playing as an elf deck now. So what we're going to do is we're going to play as many elf spells as possible, and that's going to build up our Star creature, Drove of Elves, and give our Immaculate Magistrate more +1/+1 counters to put on creatures. The big thing we have to do is we're going to use the Eye Blight ending on their flyer to destroy that. That way our Elvish Riders won't be blocked by anybody, and we can use the Immaculate Magistrate's power to give him +1/+1 for however many elves we have, thus being able to get in and finish off our opponent. So when we go to attack, make sure not to swing in with the Immaculate Magistrate or you're not going to win. You have to use his ability, and you're going to target the Elvish Riders. That way they get, it looks like, +10/+10. Yep, 13 damage, which is just enough. Since our opponent doesn't have any walls or flyers, he's going to get in unscathed and win the match for us. So this fight is definitely the most ridiculous one that we have. Not because it's difficult to win, it's because the computer is looking for a specific result. So first thing we have to do is we're going to tap our Pyromancer. That way we can deal 1 damage to our opponent. Then we're going to bounce back Persuasion to our hand so we can take over another creature. Now, when we have Persuasion back, we're going to want to take over one of their hasty creatures. Now they have this Raging Goblin that we take, but they also have over there a Lightning Elemental. When I tried taking Lightning Elemental, he got blocked, I didn't win. But as you watch, Raging Goblin does not get blocked, and you get through, and you get the damage in. You gotta take Raging Goblin, nobody else. Nothing else works. Don't try to be slick, say, oh, I can do what Wild Ryle didn't. You can't, it just doesn't work. It took me an hour to beat this one because of that fact. Alright, second to last match. What we're going to do here is we are going to use Terror and take out their Elvish Champion. So it decreases the power of what's out there, and their coat of arms doesn't help them as much. So let's do that real quick. So with the Elvish Champion dead, we're going to swing in with everybody that we have. We're going to use the Flame Blast Dragon's ability to deal damage when he attacks to the creature right next to it. We're going to deal 3 damage to him. It's going to kill him, but it's also going to put 3 Saproling tokens into play, turning our current 3 Saprolings into 6 6s instead of 3 3s because of the coat of arms. And that's going to give us more than enough damage to finish off our opponent here and get us into the last challenge to finally get this achievement. Alright, final challenge, and it wouldn't be the last one if it wasn't the hardest one. So our biggest issue right now is the Platinum Angel. When that Platinum Angel's in play, our opponent can't lose, and we need them to lose in order for us to get this achievement. So we're going to take the card in our hand, Pariah, and cast it on the Angel. That way, any damage that's done to us is done to the Angel instead. Now this is important because we're going to then cast our Woolly Thokdar here, and we're going to use Brian's Stout Arm to throw the Thokdar at us. So instead of us getting dealt 5 damage, the Platinum Angel gets dealt 5 damage, killing her, thus making it possible for us to win. But then unfortunately the Royal Assassin is going to kill off Brian's Stout Arm, thus making him useless to us. So now we've just got 3 things left to do. First thing, use an Incinerate to blast these ravenous rats, that way she has no blockers. The next thing is use the next Incinerate throw it right at her, taking her life total down to 6 instead of 9. Then finally, we are going to pump up our knight here once, so it becomes a 5-5, and then we're going to swing in with him and our little 1-1 guy, and it's going to do 6 points of damage, and we're going to win. With that, we get Puzzling Master, another 20 gamer score, and bringing us to 30. That's it for me, guys, so make sure to tune into AchievementHunter.com for more community videos, tips, and tricks.